In today's market, if your product is good, then you are a good person. If you're a good person, your product must be good. But then if you're a bad person, your product must certainly be bad. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to control the perception of the public, leveraging what we call PR and personal branding. These two things is going to help you separate yourself from the crowd and control the reputation you have in the marketplace. Because people want to buy your products, but they want to buy you first before your product. If you want to sell yourself as a personal brand or want to control the mindset or the perception people have about your product, this is one video you have to watch. I want to give you 5 things you need to start doing today to be able to regulate and manage what people think about your products. Let's go into this video. The first thing you have to do is to first craft out a compelling story. What do you want people to know you about? How do you want people to value you? What's your unique value proposition? Define who you are and why you're different from this other person in the market. Let me give you an instance. If you think of someone like Steve Harvey will tell you that when he was in primary school, teacher told him, you're not good enough. You can't communicate, you can't talk, you can't think of being in television. Because then television was the biggest thing the teacher could think of. And then this guy who is just in primary school, who couldn't even speak well, couldn't even express himself because he's stuttered. He is not qualified to become this big person. Those things happened in the past. But today, Steve Harvey is one of the best TV show guys in the US. And he has millions of people who love and watch his videos every single day. Now he's bringing in that story of his past to his present. People will say, oh, child, sorry. And he will tell you things like, I sat in my vehicle for years and today I've been able to build this empire, this business. Someone like Oprah Winfrey will tell you her own story, how she was abused and today this is what she has done. Those kind of story makes businesses selectable. Apple will tell you they wanted something unique. They wanted something that would be out of convention. That was why they went head on with IBM and Microsoft. So today they want you to think different. That's why you have the iPhone. What is the story about your own business? How is your business different from the conventional business out there? What separates you? If you can sit down and craft a compelling story, you are going to manage people out there. Because once people buy into your story, they are likely going to buy into your personality. The next thing, you have to develop relationship in media and influencers. There are television stations everywhere, there is newspaper, there is magazines, and there are also influencers online. You must find a way to consistently show up with news, with content that those people want to feature you on. There's a man called Kevin. Kevin is consistently talking about news. He loves wristwatch and he's also a lover of tech. So he is always investing in those things. But the one major thing he does is that he consistently reaches out to TV stations through his PR agency to build this connection with the media. They're always interviewing him. They always put him on a podcast. They're always showing him up in different media outlets. That art is presenting him as a pro and as well as a brand that you should reckon with. If you want to build meaningful reputation with your audience, don't take media for granted. Imagine showing up on a podcast like this guy's podcast or Mr. Nick's podcast and we'll interview you and you share your brand idea and this video goes viral to like 10,000, 100,000 views. That is pushing your brand to the public without you doing ad. If you are running ad today, people will be skeptical in most cases. But if they've seen in other trusted platforms like influencers blog talking about you, they see on the YouTube channel, they hear you on a podcast, those things are going to add to your credibility. And once you're able to manage this credibility well, it will translate to what? Business and building trust. You have to be intentional about this. Now, be careful. All influencers are not perfect. All media platforms are not valuable in the market. There are ones that if you appear with them, people will assume that you are in the same clique with those people. So you have to mind the kind of people you do podcasts with, you do shows with, but it is also very relevant to make those appearances because these are things that will help you boost who you are, your product and your services. Number 3, you have to learn how to show proofs. If you're in real estate today and somebody buys a property from you, you must find a way to ask that person, can you give us a text message? Can you thank us? Can you do a short video of how you feel? Bring that same message to the public. That's what Red Bulls do. These guys are so massive. They will gather a community, they will host a trophy, they will ask people to do certain activities. All they want is just to have a touch of Red Bull there. They are doing that intentionally, creating a particular story about their brand in the minds of people. Are you sharing your proofs? Are you sharing your testimonials online? Are people seeing that other people are benefiting from this? People don't buy what you want them to buy, but rather they buy what they see others buy. If the audience could perceive your brand as a good brand because people are using it, they themselves will want to buy from you. Let me give you an instance. There's a store in the UK. What this store does is that they will ask customers to wait outside while one person goes inside to shop. So they will allow one person per time to go and shop for a particular product. When that person is done, he or she pays and go, and that person will enter. Now, on the same street, there are so many other boutiques where you can shop from, but you are not allowed to shop individually. So you can walk into any of those shops easily. But this particular store, you have to queue outside in order to buy the product. So because people are outside this shop, people attribute them to be very, very productive, that their product must be good and that these people buying from them are happy. So what do people do? They will go and queue up. Another common instance happens more in Nigeria. People believe that if you go to an ATM and there is a queue in a particular machine, they will believe that that's the only machine that is paying. Perhaps there are 7 machines there in the ATM stand, but only one is where people are queuing. Another person will come and queue. It will only take someone that is thinking different to go to the other machine and try if it's going to pay or if the machine is working well. The same thing could be related to your own brand. If you have a business today and you don't make people wait in the line, you don't make people share their feeling, their testimony, nobody's coming to queue to get your product. If you go to a restaurant and people are lining up to buy a particular food, you want to go and check it out. I want you to create such impression in your business. This is the way to control what people think about your brand, that's your reputation, and also to compel them to keep coming back for your product or your services. The next point is consistent content creation. This is what I'm big on. I keep telling people about this. You must come out to create content. There are different types of content you can create. You can create blog, that's writing article on LinkedIn or on your blog website. You can also create videos. You can create podcasts that is audio. Or you can also write for a media company. All these things are content that will help you bring traffic to your personality and to your business. You don't have to focus only on paid ad. Why paid ad is okay, focus your strength more on organic growth. How do I reach to people with value? How do I create content that will educate people about my services and my products? Solving problems for people will make them to raise their hand and ask you, do you have more? Let's take, for instance, you're a coach. If you are constantly coming online like what I'm doing now as a coach, I'm coming here to give you ideas, share thoughts, meaningful things that will get your business results. The next level will be, Mr. Nis, what do you have for me? Can you coach me? Can you guide me? That's what I want you to do for your customers. No matter the industry you are in, if you can create quality products by sharing content that are meaningful and relevant to your industry, people will certainly come back to you and ask you, do you have more for us? We want more from you. We believe you are the expert that will solve our problem. You don't need to hide in today's market. Creating content may not start with fancy followers or fancy attention. You keep getting better every single day. So don't give up because people are not watching your video or people are not clicking on them or you're not having the engagement you want. If your business is just starting, keep doing it. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You will certainly get to a point where you're going to get attention and you will be blown away. Consistent content creation is one thing you need to stand out online today. Number 5, hosting events and webinars. This is one thing that you have to start doing from today. After creating your content, another way to make sure that you are answering the public is to host events. If your industry permits you to hold physical events, do it. You have the resources, do it, because it's going to help you connect with this audience one-on-one. But if you don't have all the time to host physical events, you can do weekly webinars. You can do monthly webinars. You can go live on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, any of these platforms to just communicate to your followers, your audience, your customers. That is one way to control the reputation. Because once people see you are coming live, you are answering their questions, they will be prone to ask you more. They will want to align your story. They want to get clarifications about your product. Why do you think Elon Musk will launch a vehicle and then come and do a mega launch where he will allow people to come? Why do you think Apple will come and launch their phone and they will let people come in to ask questions about the iPhone, the new iPhone, the old iPhone, and all those stuff? This is ways to keep customers engaged. Most startups, most personal brands don't have time to do some of these activities. And they struggle in business. They struggle in their career. You must find a way to communicate to your audience through webinar, through events, because this is how to build rapport and expand your reach every single day. PR will help you handle this, and that's what we do in Campiq Media. We help businesses like you and individuals manage their personal brand online and also create valuable content that will help them sustain their audience. You must learn to manage your reputation. In today's space, in the market, in the industry, people are wondering, who are you? What do you know? What do you have for us? Are you really good? Am I sure I should trust you? Or you already have a crisis, like people in the real estate in Nigeria. Because of the demolition that happened in Lagos a couple of years now, people are skeptical about buying houses because they don't know if their house will be the next to be demolished. Real estate company is struggling because they don't know how to change their impression. If you're in real estate, You must learn how to adopt PR to change the narrative of the industry and then for your brand. If you come out there to educate people the importance of real estate investment more than your competitors, they will align you to be the best in the industry. If you've learned something in this video, I want you to comment below the word learned. If you have any questions, still comment below. Like this video, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss our next personal branding content. My name is Mr. Nis. I'm on a mission to build 1 million individual personal brand. Join those crew, the brand talkers. See you in the next video. Thank you.